Hey, welcome back to the Weekly Word. Thanks for joining us. We're out prowling around on Bean Mountain this morning. One of the things that people's grown accustomed to around here and hardly even notice, but it's a little bit out of place it seems, but from our way back in our mountains, sometimes you get high on the mountain peaks, you'll run across some real high technology to aid in these communication devices around here. We just stopped at the first one here, taking a look at this tower. It looks pretty awesome just up here on top of the ridge, but it's nothing compared to the one that I'm going to show you on out the road here. Get in the truck with me and let's ride on out to Oswald Dome and look at the MCI tower and some of those out there. Hey, before we got out to Oswald Dome, we realized we were passing a cluster of 3 or so more towers. We'll stop and look at these since we're on towers today before we get on out to the mother lode on Oswald Dome. Looks like it belongs to the cell phone people, the Verizon. Got the flashing white light up on top of it, but let's look at some of these and we'll get back in the truck and head on toward Oswald Dome. Hey, well, we finally made it to Oswald Dome. It's kind of neat up here. We've got the windscreen on the mic. You may not be able to hear it, but it's fairly calm here where I'm standing. But I think that tallest tower is something like 300 feet. And it's sounds like the winds are 70 or 80 miles an hour. It's just like a Niagara Falls sound constantly coming through there. The high point of Bean Mountain, Oswald Dome, and it's the mother lode of the communications repeaters up here. You see the towers and the antennas everywhere, and inside the buildings are the little machines that are the repeaters, and the Forest Service and law enforcement, all kinds of emergency people, including the Amateur Radio Club, also known as the ham community, have our repeaters up here. And it's a great blessing to the communication process. If some of my ham radio community can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this little building here that I'm standing in front is 147, 180 ham radio frequency. And I have talked on that repeater all the way across Mont Eagle Mountain and all the way this way over into the Nantahala Gorge. And that would be impossible if we didn't have antennas on top of these mountains with the repeaters. The radio waves would never make it over the mountains or through the mountains. It's greatly beneficial and needed in the east with all these mountains like we've got. Without these repeaters, we wouldn't be able to communicate much around here in these mountains, so I'm thankful for them. And at the end of the video, we're going to try to give you a demonstration on using this one. Maybe when we get back to Cleveland, we'll talk to somebody over that way and we'll come through this place right here. It's kind of a complicated, highly technological thing, and probably most people that use them have very little understanding of how they work. They just got enough knowledge, all you need to mash the button and talk, and they know that you're going across the mountain to somebody else through the repeater system, but it can be used anyway. The wonderful thing is that we've got direct communication with God. We don't have to go through all this kind of stuff like this. We can just go through Christ. If any man be in Christ, he's got a direct link to be able to talk to God. We can go boldly into the throne room. And that was long ago. God set that up, that we can talk to him any place at any time. And he's always ready to listen to you, and he's always ready to answer. Might not be the way you want, but it's always the best way if you listen for that still small voice in your soul when you're talking to God, when you're praying, and he'll lead you in the right direction. All right, we're going to get back off this mountain if we can. The road's awfully rough coming in here. Hope we can make it out of here, and we'll try to talk to you at the end here a little bit on the ham radio. See ya. KJ4CRI, W4ZUG.
KJ4CRI, W4ZUG. You're much stronger now, Tazz.
Hey, thanks Ken for helping with the repeater demo. How are things on Star Mountain?
Well, it's a bit warm and a whole lot windy.
Well, sounds a whole lot like Cleveland. We wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for the Oswald Dome repeater site. So thanks for helping folks see the demo here. And I'll let you go and we'll close out the weekly word here. We'll talk to you later. KJ4CRI.
All right, very good, Tazz, and glad to help out. We'll see you tomorrow morning, or Sunday morning, W4ZUG.
All right, so you got to see how repeater works. Going across Oswald Dome from Cleveland to Star Mountain. And if you'd like to know more about amateur radio and how you could get your own license, just hit me a note there and I'll help you get pointed in the right direction. And more importantly, if you'd like to know more about Christ and how you can become a Christian, well, just shoot me a message too and we'll get you pointed in the right direction there too. Thanks for joining us on the Weekly Word. We'll see you next week, Lord willing.